Welcome back to another episode of my Create Modded Minecraft world. Today we're starting off once again in our creative world. As you can see, I've copied out a section of my base, and I've sort of drawn out where I want buildings to be. Because I kind of realized that last time I forgot to really show you how I, went through building this thing. And I kind of just shown you my finished product over here. So I've decided to draw it out a little and sort of try to explain how we're going to build this. So over here we have 5 sections. The first section over here is relatively simple. It's going to be in the same style as, well, all of them are going to be in the same style as those buildings over there, as you see. But these ones will face west, I believe, west, and we're going to have a pretty big build that we're going to show in a later date. And they're going to face that way. And then over here we have a sort of a really wonky looking shape. It's like a triangle if you look from above. It's like it's actually like a quadrilateral. Yeah, it's a quadrilateral. Anyway, what you have here is this side sort of just acts as a facade, I guess. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to put an interior in here, but we'll see, because this is actually facing a crossroads and might look nice with something inside. Anyway, over here we have the yellow area. We have one big building actually. We're actually going to link them up in a floor, in like an upper floor, and this one's going to be a bit more modern compared to the others. Anyway, here we have a arch and a walkway will come here. It's going to go down and then turn around and leave outside this way. Alright, and then we have our purple area. The purple area will be will face mostly this way, and we're going to have a build over here that's outside of the walls. We'll show you what it is later, and these will be sort of shops. These will be shops, and this one will also be a shop, and this side will be another build area, which will have well, actually not really. This build area will be a little different as well. So there you go. We've got 4 areas, and then the 5th one over here is the orange area. I've added this loading from last time when we tried to build a couple of farms inside those buildings. What I've decided to do is we're going to have an orange building that's in the middle over here, a bit obscured, and that will be our dedicated control room. So that will allow us to turn off and on different farms within this area. So say if I wanted to turn off the junglewood farm, I would just flick a lever and the junglewood farm would stop. And then say if I wanted to shut down a dark oak farm, I'll just flick a lever and the dark oak farm would stop. So that's the plan so far. We're going to build up our walls and then show you how it's going to look. Alright, so that's the plan so far. We're going to build up the walls and get an overall shape for each of these buildings, and then we're going to start putting in the actual blocks that's going to be in the build, which would probably follow a similar scheme to this side over here. So we're going to have bricks, like a dark red and a brown, so like a desaturated brown and dark red for the top floors, and then for the bottom floors we might vary that a little, but you know, all of this is a bit loose. I don't really have anything actually in mind, but it'll be something similar to that. So we're going to put up our walls and come back. We're back, and I've built up the overall shape of these buildings. So we've set out this the height, and I've tried to vary it a little so you can sort of see it step down over time. And a good way to see this is if we're in the lake, at least where would be the lake, you can sort of see every building, because I tried to make the buildings that face towards the lake a bit shorter and the ones that are away a bit taller. It naturally does that because it's sloped anyways, but I did make these buildings actually slightly taller. So I've also varied the roofs a bit, as you can see here. I've sort of copied this building over here in terms of how it's slanted, and we've also got some other types of roofs over here. And another thing is I've color coded them by lower floors and upper floors. So the yellow is the lower floor, the beige is the upper floor, as you can see. And I said lower floors because these are 2 floors, but they'll use the same design. So yeah, the lower floors and upper floors have different designs. And we've also got this bridge here that will connect these 2 buildings. And I think I'll continue to build a bit and show you some of the progress. So I'll start working on the lower floors first. I thought I might just record the finished product once it's actually in this world. So I'm gonna just show you something pretty cool with the schematic cannon, because last time when we used the schematic cannon to build this area, we had it on the default settings and that was ridiculously slow. So what we have now is, if we go to our gameplay settings and go to our schematics, we can actually change our schematic cannon speed. So I've just made the delay as low as I can, and then the shots per gunpowder, actually that doesn't really matter. I just turn the delay down to like 1, which is as fast as you can. Let's see, a couple things. We can go to our schematic cannon settings, and you can see there's this giant like landmass here, and we kind of want to get rid of it. We kind of want to just delete it. So if we go to our schematic cannon, we can actually just go to our settings, and we can replace solid with empty, and I'm pretty sure that would clear it out. So one last check. Yep, that's all we need. We're just missing grass and snow, but we don't need that. And let's hit play. Alright, so the build is, well, it's not finished, but the exterior is. And you can sort of see the interior here. It's completely empty. And you can see the what's it called? The replace solid with any part of the schematic can work here. And you can see it's sort of cleared out a square area. That bit is because I had to cover up my wheat farm. But anyway, if we come over here, we can do a little walk around. We've got this building, of course. And these are like two buildings, and they're connected by this sort of bridge, I guess. This mini bridge. We've got these railings. So I did say that I was going to do a walkway from here down there, and I actually decided against it. And I think this ended up looking a little better. We've got this arch, and we've got this tunnel. This is going to be for a future project. You can kind of guess what it is. It's a tunnel. It goes down somewhere. And we got this building, of course. And like the stone area, we're actually going to make the bottom floors for like display, for aesthetics, while the top floors are the actual farms. Give you a look for it. I might pop in a free cam actually. There you go. Here's a better look. And you got these entrances to both sides from here. There's another entrance up here. And if you come over here, there's also another building, another couple buildings over this side, and you've got this. So there's just this limestone wall, and I thought it looked a bit plain. I thought it looked a bit boring, so I added this. I guess you can call this graffiti of Minecraft Steve. So there you go. And so I'm going to just build up the top floors. I'm going to do a little tree farm, and we're going to probably pop into creative mode, into our creative world, sorry, to show you how it's done. We're back in our creative world, and we're going to just briefly explain how these tree farms work. If we come over here, this is the tree farms that we've used in episode 1. I've taken it down by episode 1, but it's the tree farms that I used, and you can see them in the vaults where I had like 40,000 dark oak logs. But anyway, it's sort of like that, but I don't need to make them that quickly. So we've got 3 versions here. We've got the first version, which is a single, was it like a 1x1 tree. So here we've got the 1x1 trees. We've got oak, birch, acacia, cherry, walnut, river, holly, chestnut, pine, maple, rosewood, murado, yucca, laurel, aspen, and kosa. I think that's how you pronounce them. If I'm wrong, I don't care. Anyway, you might ask, well, you said there's 4 different types of maple leaves. Well, that's right, but there's only 1 type of maple wood, so that's all we need. We're not farming leaves. We don't get leaves from doing this. The leaf farm will be something else we're gonna do, but that'll be much later. Anyway, we get some fertilizer here. And we bone it, fertilize it. We can do this, and then it chops it down. And then the deployer over here replaces it on that dirt block. And so, yeah, when it grows, the saw chops it down, and then the blocks get stored in this barrel, and then the deployer would deploy onto this dirt block. So that's how it works for the 1 block case. For the 2 block case, it's basically the same, except we extend it like 1 block out. So we have these saws, and then 2 deployers, and we just, it's the same thing except it's extended. So here, this will be for the spruce, jungle, and grimwood saplings. You get Grimwood from the atmospheric mod, and you get it from wandering traders. So I still don't have it in my survival world. We're just gonna have to wait until we encounter a wandering trader. So anyway, same thing, same principle. It cuts it down. And then the deployers replace it. Pretty simple. So this is the second type. Our third type is the mangrove wood farm. So unfortunately, we can't really downsize our mangrove wood farm because of how mangrove wood grows. So if we get a propagule, say this one, if we put this here, right? The propagule. So the principle of this these smaller farms is that it would chop this one block. It would target this one block, and it would only chop this one block, and it would replace only on this one block. But the propagule, when it grows, the block might not spawn here. There might not be a block here, and so there will be nothing to chop. So we have to use the old type, this one. And so basically we have to cram all the tree farms in this area. Right, let's hop back to our survival world, and we'll try to cram as much tree farms in this thing as possible. Okay, the farms have never built. I don't even know what to say, but we've got 20 different wood types. I think it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So yeah, we got 20 different wood types in this farm, and each one of them are connected to their own vaults. So how it works is this, the spinning contraption has a portable storage interface on one end, and that connects to this end with a portable storage interface with a chute connected to it. And what that does is it transports items from the contraption in this barrel into the vault here. And here we actually have a filter that stops the saplings from coming through. That way we can keep the saplings in the contraption in case, say, the tree didn't, drop any saplings. So we can still replant it, and hopefully it should be self-sustaining. I do note that there might be a problem with the mangrove wood farm, and that is that because of our height limitations or our size limitations, the mangrove might not grow enough propagules, or at least enough mature propagules to be sustainable. Alright, a couple of things to do. We need to connect them to a storage system. Well, we kind of have these vaults, but we want to connect them to the same storage network so we can get all the logs that we need quite conveniently. We also need to have a threshold switch for each one of them so that you can stop them whenever the vault is full. And we also need to have like a funnel that throws at anything that's not the logs. That way we can maximize the amount of storage that we have for these vaults, because there's a lot of junk sticks, and then we got mangrove roots, which we don't really need. There's a lot of sticks, yep, and there's sometimes apples, and we just don't need those. So we're gonna make a filter or a funnel that's gonna filter them out by throwing them into lava. So we've done everything we needed to do really for these farms. We've added a threshold switch, and that basically just checks our item vaults and stops the farm if the vaults are full. We've also got these frog ports, and like the stone farm, it just sort of wires up everything together, and so we can centralize where we get our logs. So over here we have our receiver frog port and a blaze burner here, and that basically serves as our menu interface, our item interface I mean. And so say if we want a stack of chestnut logs, we just order a stack to this receiver, and we press send, and you can see the package gets sent from the chestnut farm all the way to here where the receiver frog port gets it, and it gets sent into this chest. So I haven't really done any decorations for this farm or the stone farm, so we'll probably work on it next episode. So that'll be it for this episode. Hope to see you guys in the next episode. So that'll be it for now. Goodbye.